In our calendar of things, today is National Liqueur Day. Liqueur is a spirit that's mixed with additional flavoring like sugar, fruits, herbs, or spices.
These are drinks like Grand Marnier, Cointreau, Bailey's, but in Maine, there's none more iconic than Allen's Coffee Brandy. So Allen's is actually made in Massachusetts. It has been a consistent top seller here for decades, though, and the company recognizes and celebrates that fact.
A few years ago, the company released novelty bottles shaped like various lighthouses in Maine, and during the pandemic, the Allen family donated a combined $50,000 to various charities in Maine.
Mainers' enthusiasm for Allen's Coffee Brandy is unique, something that defined the state, as Rob Caldwell found when he explored the phenomenon back in 2015.
California has its wine, Kentucky its bourbon, and Maine has, well, it doesn't actually have this beverage, it just consumes it like no other place on earth. The beverage is Allen's Coffee Brandy, made in Somerville, Massachusetts by M.S. Walker. It is the best-selling brand of liquor in Maine. Allen's doesn't just lead in sales, it dominates.
If you're a coffee brandy drinker, that's what you drink. They'll come in and strictly drink coffee brandy.
Allen's is, with a handful of exceptions, sold only in New England. But really, it's a Maine phenomenon. The #1 seller here, and not even close to the top of the sales list anywhere else.
I'll tell you what, the people that like it, and they specify that they want that in their, say, a sombrero or whatever. They say make sure it's Allen's.
What's extraordinary is that in a fiercely competitive industry where huge sums are spent on marketing and consumer tastes are always changing, this one brand of liquor has been Maine's best seller for 4 decades.
It sounds as though even you guys can't explain why that is.
We can't explain all those, all the nuances behind it. Certainly, I think it plays a little bit to us as New Englanders. You know, we are set in our ways. Once we like something, we stay with it.
At Morrill's Corner Pub in Portland, they go through more Allen's Coffee Brandy than any other liquor, and just about everyone orders it the same way.
Ice, coffee brandy, and milk. And we use 1% milk to help them keep the weight down. I think that's probably the biggest concern for anyone that drinks coffee brandy is that it's high calories. So.
Is that 1% milk helping to keep the weight down?
Probably not. Maybe if they stopped with 1, but no, it's probably not helping too much.
Given the way conversations go in bars, it's not surprising that patrons have come up with nicknames for Allen's and milk.
The famous one is, I don't know if I should say it, is fat ass in a glass.
When they say that, do they say it with a smile?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
No, it's said with affection. It's a term of endearment.
And the names do not end there.
They come in and ask for a chocolatey, Biddeford martini.
And there's also the Lewiston martini.
Bitch whiskey.
Down East panty remover.
Yeah, yeah. I've never actually seen that happen, but I've heard rumors of that too.
All right, so for all its popularity, Allen's has never gotten a lot of respect. But in the last year, something remarkable has been happening. Allen's is catching on in high-end bars and restaurants.
At the Portland Hunt and Alpine Club in the Old Port, where they pride themselves on their craft cocktails, the bartenders started experimenting this year, trying to create something different from the usual Allen's and milk.
And we ended up making a flip, which is a whole egg, Allen's, and then a little bit of extra brandy just to give it some punch. And that was pretty awesome. That was Trey's drink, actually.
Eventually, the bartenders created 4 different Allen's Coffee Brandy drinks, including an espresso martini.
We like what we like, and we like Allen's.
The folks at M.S. Walker say new cocktails are also being made by combining Allen's with sherry, with tequila, with Irish whiskey, and more. Hard to believe, but Allen's is hip.
The brand will never reinvent itself because there's such a large and loyal following on the brand, but it certainly has the ability to change with the times.
Sales have fallen a bit in recent years, but Allen's Coffee Brandy is still #1. Still, to bring out one more nickname, the Champagne of Maine.